It's all about truth. All of it. Every single thing. All boils down to the truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free. And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the broadcast. This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth with groundbreaking news. Roe v. Wade has been overturned. Guys, please click that thumbs up button, share this stream, and bear with me for 1 second as I try to figure this out. I had to reset this up recently, and it's all new. Oh, cool. So now they put the comments over here on the side, right in OBS, so I can see your comments. Excellent. That guy says, I don't want truth. Okay, well, that's interesting. Then might not want to tune in here. But today, guys, we're going to be talking about this landmark decision, Roe v. Wade being overturned. Of course, what this means is that the federal government is putting it back into the states' hands in order to decide whether or not they want to make abortions legal or not. I mean, I think that's where it ought to be, down to the state level, and something like that shouldn't be decided upon federally. But very, 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 very interesting times indeed. Hi, Tia. Hi, Darren. All right, let me scroll through and see if we get any comments or questions. We're also going to take a look. Here, let me see if I can get properly set up here. Again, bear with me, guys, and please share the stream. Let people know we are in fact live right now. Here we have just a look at my Twitter, and looks like Biden might have just recently made a statement. Let me see if this is what he's saying here.
We can secure a woman's right to choose. The balance that existed is for Congress to restore the protections of Roe v. Wade as federal law. Consequence. It just stuns me. So extreme that doctors will be criminalized for fulfilling their duty to care. Imagine having a young woman have to carry the child of incest as a consequence of incest.
Man, the guy can't even talk.
No option. Too often the case. The poor women are going to be hit the hardest. It's cruel. In fact, the court laid out state laws criminalizing abortion that go back to the 1800s as rationale.
This is a 22-minute long video. We're not going to watch the whole thing right here live, but I just wanted to get the gist of it here. Here's some things I've been saying on my Twitter. Oh yeah, I started this poll like 40 minutes ago. If you saw your neighbor on their own private property, in their own private backyard, abusing their dog, would you do anything about it? Yes, I will always defend life, and no, it's their choice. And look at this, remarkably, 16% of the people who voted say, no, it's his choice. That is insane to me already. Put this out less than an hour ago as well. Modern science, fetuses are not life. Also modern science, we found a molecule on Mars. It's life. This is something that came up in another thread, so I decided to tweet it out. Did you know that if a man decides that he doesn't want a baby and he punches the woman in her stomach to cause a miscarriage, he would be charged with murder? But if she decides to let a doctor perform an abortion, she's regarded as brave and progressive. Here I retweeted Drea from Rebel. God is good. Please pray for the radical left as they struggle to cope with the reality that the lives of many precious babies will be saved. Here's Trudeau saying, no government, no politician or man should ever tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body. I want women in Canada to know that we will always stand up for your right to choose. So I said, yeah, unless it involves vaccines, in that case, do whatever I say or else. It's just crazy, the hypocrisy coming from the Prime Minister and a lot of people who don't realize that whole connection there. So let me get back to some of these comments, see who we got here. Got any questions? Got Lee Stewie in the house. Wasn't Roe v. Wade based on a lie anyways? I mean, yeah, the whole thing shouldn't have even been a thing right from the get-go. Legalizing killing babies was pretty insane to start with. It's amazing that it's taken 50 years to undo this, and this isn't something that just happened overnight. People think it's because Trump put in certain people on the Supreme Court. No. This has been a battle that's been going on for 50 years, and it's finally been won, and it's finally gone in the right direction. So yeah, let me get back to some of your questions. Poor woman who murdered their developing babies. It's very hard to argue with Dr. Levatino. He has the best argument for pro-life. I'm not sure who that is, but I've heard every argument there is. One of the most common ones is in the cases of rape, and people always say, well, if why should anybody be forced to have a baby if they're raped? And I would say, if your decision is to terminate the baby because of your violation, I would argue that is worse than the rape itself. A baby on the inside of the womb is the most innocent of all life forms there are, and I will always defend that. Lee says, at least they acknowledge what a woman is today. I haven't seen that film yet, What is a Woman? I'm looking forward to giving that a watch. The trailer looks pretty good. Yeah, I definitely want to check that one out. I think that's going to be a good one. High Press for Truth. Will you pray for Selena Gomez and other pro-choices that God will open their eyes and hearts to his truth and gospel so that they will come to know Jesus if they didn't do it yet? I pray that all the time, not specifically for Selena Gomez or whatever, but I mean, yeah, as this person says, there can be nothing more satanic than sacrificing a human life, and exactly, it is, satanic. So another one of the arguments that I've gotten recently is, somebody said, well, Dan, what about in the case of a woman who is going to die if she goes through with the pregnancy? The doctor says, I'm sorry, but there's a 100% certainty that you will not survive if you go through with this. Now, if she decides to terminate the child, is she doing anything wrong? And in my view, morally, in the eyes of God, no. If it comes down to a life decision that it's me or the unborn baby, and that's 100% guarantee, then no, I don't think that person will be doing anything wrong in that particular circumstance. Now, having said that, I believe in God. I believe that God created man and woman, and that there are two genders, right? And that's what I believe. Now, in this time of gender fluidity and non-binary and all this sort of stuff, that's kind of where we're at in society. And some people would say, now hang on a second, Dan, there are hermaphrodites do exist. There are some people who are born with both female and male genitals, and I would say in that instance, yes, this is true, but the percentage of that is so unbelievably small that it doesn't warrant creating a third category for sex or gender, and I would say it's the same with the woman who is presented with that highly unlikely scenario of it's her life or the child's. That is such a small percentage of cases. In fact, it's not a thing. That doesn't happen, but it has. There's a very small percentage of the time that happens. That does not warrant legalizing abortion across the board. You know what I mean? That's just another, interesting conversation I recently had. Um, Lee says, imagine loving murder so much that you're willingly going to burn and destroy a church. Yeah, there's actually warnings right now from the Department of Justice, probably Homeland Security in the U.S., right now issuing warnings about clashes and violent protests, not only at churches, but at pro-life centers. We've already seen that. A couple of them have already been set on fire. And, it is interesting that the Supreme Court would announce this on a Friday morning. I mean, leading into the weekend, it seems like there's probably going to be some rioting over the weekend. It's an odd time to do it. You would think they'd maybe want to announce this on a Monday or a Tuesday or something. It's like if you're a boss and you're going to fire somebody, you don't tell them on Monday that at the end of the week you're going to have to clear out your stuff, because then they're not going to do any work all week. You wait till the end of the week, Friday, and you say you're not coming back on Monday, and that's that. Anyways, I forget where I was going with that. Let me make sure I'm not falling behind on any questions in the chat here, and then maybe we'll get back to some of the stuff going on Twitter, because it is pretty remarkable, as you see here. Hang on, let me just go to what's trending today. And you got Roe v. Wade, Democrats, my body, my choice, pro-choice, as a Canadian. It's all in regards to the decision today. Come to Canada. The Handmaid's Tale, don't know what that, I haven't looked at that yet. Some sports stuff, abortions, hypocrite, Susan Sarandon, praise God, is trending. SCOTUS is corrupt. It's crazy how many politicians in the U.S. as well are coming out saying, to basically ignore the Supreme Court and to fight back. I said that back when this was first leaked. I think it was around early May, when this first came out. I was like, just think about the fact that people are going to be very, very upset that they can no longer kill babies. Just let that sink in for a sec. The fact that people are going to be, getting violent over this, maybe even hurting and harming other people, makes absolutely no sense at all. But this is the upside down, topsy-turvy world we're in. So I think we're going to see some interesting things going on this weekend. But hopefully it doesn't get too crazy out of control. There will be lots of blowback, says Sharpet P. Hornblower. Yes, indeed, there will be. Murder is murder. Terrible decision to have to make, but always a killing in my eyes, says Chris Brown. I would agree. It is my contention that life begins at conception, and, therefore any kind of a termination of anything after that point is the ending of a life. I do equate it to murder. I mean, where do you draw that line, right? And that's a whole nother argument that can be had, and a discussion. It doesn't need to be an argument. This is a debate that's been going on for quite some time, and I think we can do this, rationally, calmly. Maybe not on Twitter or on Facebook. I put some stuff out on Facebook and people are freaking out too. But, I'm always going to defend the innocent life. This has nothing to do with, violating a woman's bodily autonomy, because when she's pregnant, there are two bodies involved. In fact, that second body inside of her has its own DNA separate from hers. It's a separate body. If it's a little boy and it has a penis, for example, does that mean she has one? No, it's a separate body. There's two bodies involved here. So you can't just say, my body, my choice. That's why I made the analogy in that poll, that if you saw your neighbor in their private backyard, on their own private property, but they're abusing their dog, should you do anything about that? And the answer is yes, of course. You should defend innocent life forms. But people on the other side of the argument will say, hey, private, it's his choice. his right to choose with his own private property on what he does on his own private property. I disagree. When you witness something going on, you have to step in and defend an innocent life. And that's what I'm doing when it comes to women who want to terminate their pregnancies. It's not a violation of their bodily autonomy. I'm trying to stop them from violating an innocent baby's bodily autonomy. That's what it comes down to. Trudeau says women are welcome here to get abortions. I foresee corporations paying for their employees to do so. Yeah, Lee makes a good point. In fact, a lot of corporations are already announcing that they're going to do just that. You remind me of one, interestingly enough, because Starbucks has said they're going to do that. They said they will pay for you in the U.S. To pay for you to travel to another state in order to undergo certain medical procedures that you might need to have done, including abortion. And yeah, we're going to see some corporations virtue signaling over this, saying we're going to send you here, we're going to send you there, we'll even fly you to Canada. And a lot of people say that this, struggle, this fight is not happening in Canada. It is. There's a lot of people who don't want things to be the way that they are, and it's too, it is quite possible that similar things can happen in Canada, not under Trudeau, that's for sure, but it is possible that this can happen. Lee says, from what Trudeau said today, I bet he's going to pass laws to protect abortion in Canada. You know it, absolutely. And you know what's interesting too about the Supreme Court, just right before this, announcing that they're going to overturn this old New York law that makes it difficult for people to be able to carry a concealed weapon for the purposes of self-defense. It's interesting how that was ruled upon first, and then this ruling came about on a Friday, nonetheless. As I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the United States over the weekend. But let's just hope and pray it stays calm and doesn't get too crazily out of control. All right, let's get back to. Let me make sure I'm doing that right. I think I did. Let's see what is. Advocates fear birth control and same-sex marriage may face debate in court following the Supreme Court's overturn of Roe Wade. Yeah, that's indeed a very real possibility. It's something I talked about in videos a while back. Roe v. Wade trending here. We got something live from the Supreme Court. Let's just see what they're saying real quick. Oh, this is an old video already. So it's that 22-minute long one of Biden fumbling and mumbling and struggling to, string together a proper sentence. I mean, the man is just an old, senile, I still can't believe that he's able to still, function as president of the United States. What is this? What is Kendra Perkins saying? Period. You do not have any right of any kind to kill another human. Exactly. Yeah. That's really what this comes down to. It's the killing of an innocent life, and the fact that people are going to go out and try to maybe cause harm against others to prove this point that they want to have the right to kill their babies is insane. Nobody has that right. It's like like I said in that tweet earlier, if a man doesn't want to have the baby, right, and he goes and he punches the girl in the stomach and he tries to create a miscarriage, that man will be charged with murder. Did you know that? But if she decides she wants to do it and she gets a doctor to carry out the procedure, she's hailed as being brave and progressive. It's quite the double standard. Let's see. In Canada, we allow abortions right up to the day of delivery, says Mark Kuckerberg. Unbelievable that is, allowed to happen when there's a heartbeat brain functions happening. The eyeballs have been formed. I mean, there's teeth and nails and hair. It's just shocking that anybody can not see that as murder. I mean, it's plain and simple. Let's see what else. Just looking for questions too. Thanks, Dan, for running this live stream, says Robert. Yeah, for sure. You know, it's pretty big breaking news. I wanted to just get on it right away. You know, just get my open thoughts out live. And it's also quite convenient because it doesn't require any editing on my part. You know, once I'm done the stream, the video's up, it's out there, it's done, and so it's quite convenient. I don't really want to be doing this here on YouTube, but some of the other places I can stream are currently having a few issues. I want to be able to stream to Odyssey. I've had a few issues there lately, so and I mean, I've got over 250,000 subscribers here. Not like that matters. I've probably only got I don't even know how many people tuning in right now. For some reason, I can't see it on my laptop. Okay, I got about 170 people tuned in right now. It looks like. Oh, only 86 of you have clicked the thumbs up button, guys. That don't add up. 170 people watching with only 86 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Click that thumbs up button. You know that the algorithms are designed to stop these types of streams, like Press for Truths, from gaining wide stream attention. So, yeah, don't forget to go hit that thumbs up button. Brighton's thoughts. I'm going to stream about this sometime soon. Good on you, man. Go subscribe to Brighton, guys, if you want to check out his streams. Being progressive, just a buzz term that the left co-opted. At the end of the day, it's us talking is progressive. Let their hearts beat, says be the change you want to see. Dan, your videos of being attacked by Antifa a couple of years ago is a classic. Yeah, I mean, I've been attacked by them many, many times. Antifa, BLM, I've had things thrown at my head like 4 times since I've been here on the left coast. And then there was that time that I got violently attacked, and then they arrested me and threw me in a paddy wagon and took me away. It was absolutely insane. Let's see. Buffalo Herd. Click the bell too. YouTube never shows me Press for Truth unless I get notifications of your posts. Yeah, please do, guys. Click the bell notification and click all notifications. Also, you know, as you know, I've been completely demonetized. I'm totally censored on this particular platform. But if you do appreciate my efforts to bring you this info, you know, I used to be able to get super chats and things like that popping up all the time when I was doing live streams. Not anymore. They've taken that away from me. So if you do want to contribute to my efforts, guys, you check me out at pressfortruth.ca/donate. Real quickly, you can do PayPal there. You can do Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. Subscribestar is a great way to go. It's a Patreon alternative. I don't know if you know that I've been kicked off of Patreon recently. And then I set up this Patreon alternative here where you can also sign up for a monthly recurring contribution. For Canadians, it's easy to do e-transfers. That can be done to Dan at pressfortruth.ca. I also have a P.O. box, guys. Here's the address for that. Links are located right there in the description for all this stuff. But yeah, just wanted to throw that in there because, as I said, I'm completely demonetized here on this stupid platform. And not that I want Google money anyways. I can monetize this channel if I want to. People don't realize that. I've been demonetized, but since getting my channel back after having it terminated, I am able to monetize. But I'm not going to do it. I vowed a long time ago that I'm not going to accept Google money. I would much rather be beholden to you, the viewers, you know, like a one-on-one mutual agreed-upon contract where you watch my content for free and then you chip in here and there, you know, when you can. That's how it should be. But anyways, back to the topic at hand, Roe v. Wade being overturned. As you know, this was, I guess you could say, leaked back in May. So we've all kind of known this is coming. I guess my only surprise today is that it's being done on a Friday morning leading into a weekend where we might see some pretty crazy riots out on the streets of Washington over the weekend. But you know, I'm going to pay close attention to it all weekend. We might end up going live again. Who knows? But just wanted to get this out there. Kendra says, "You are evil for murdering babies." Yep. Yeah, that's totally true. I would agree with that. In fact, on my channel, if you go to the home page, I guess, of on the YouTube channel, you'll see a video I made a few years ago called "These 10 Things I Hold to Be True. Allow me to explain." And one of the topics that I discussed in there was abortion, my views on abortion, and I can very concisely kind of compacted my views into a little 2-minute clip, I guess you could say. So if you want to see the condensed sound bites of some of my views on it all, I did put that in that video. So go check that one out if you haven't seen it. Boils down to boundary issues. We need to move on. We need people to advocate for Carnation Revolution, proven solution on alternative media, because it's all we freaking have, says Choosy Heretics. Choose. Andrew Stone says, "I agree. To murder a baby is wrong." And let me scroll back and just see if I didn't miss anything. Don't forget, guys, click the thumbs up button. Let's see how that's going so far, since I reminded you that that's something that actually has to be done from time to time. All right, we got 132 people watching with 136 thumbs up. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Thank you. Nye says, "Hey, Dan, hope you're doing well. Love you, bro. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I am doing well. I don't know what the heck I'm doing with this crazy beard. I'm just letting it. I don't know. I'm just letting her go for fun. My wife likes it. I'm having fun with it. I'm gonna totally cut it off soon, trim it down or whatever. But I'm having fun with it for now. Let's see. Andrew Stone, Dan Hicks. It's Dicks, but close. Andrew Stone here, journalist in Nashville. Can you do an update story connecting Agenda 2030, COVID, SARS, and SADS, and you thoughts again on babies being jabbed and what we might see soon?" Yeah, there's a whole lot whole lot packed into that one, but yeah, I actually have covered that lately in terms of babies being jabbed. You can find that on the homepage of my website right now, pressfortruth.ca. But yeah, perhaps it is time to do a little bit of an update about Agenda 2030, the once known as Agenda 21, and how it plays into the Great Reset and all that sort of stuff. I did a good interview with my friend James Corbett about that, but that was a while ago now, so I think maybe it's time to do an update. So I'd agree. Dan Hick? ? Nope, it's Dicks, D-I-C-K-S. Okay, let me scroll down, see if there's anything else coming in. And let me quickly also check back on what's trending on Twitter. See if they are live again yet. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's not live again. It's just
the child of consequence.
Biden mumbling and fumbling over his words.
It just stuns me.
Get this man off the stage and out of office. Not only is he unfit to be on the political stage, but he's unfit to be in society because he's he's a pedophile, for crying out loud. I've exposed that many times on my channel as well. So be sure to check all that out. Steven says, "James Corbett is great." Yes, indeed he is. A good friend of mine, known him for 17 years now. Let's see. Hold on, Dan. I'll shout you out on my Telegram and bring some viewers your way. Oh, Brighton. Yeah, thank you. Also, anybody else who wants to share this broadcast, please do so. I'm going to be live for the next little while here, taking your questions and just kind of hanging out, YouTube live, chilling with my peeps here, my loyal subscribers. Dan, do you think that they will keep it fully overturned, or do you think that the criminals will try to water down our victory? Well, I mean, it really comes down to the states at this point. So, no, I don't think this is going to be overturned on the federal level. I think what's done is done. It's going to stick. But now it comes down to the state level to be able to decide what they want to do, which is how it should have been anyways. But that's where it's at now. So no, I do think this is going to stick. But now it just comes down to who's going to make the right decisions on the state level moving forward. And that's going to determine whether or not people are going to want to stay in those states or not. And yeah, so I think over the course of the summer, we're just going to see who is going to water this victory down and who isn't. Who's going to embrace it. Gary shared. Thank you so much for sharing this. Guys, if you are not yet subscribed to me on other platforms other than YouTube right now, I really stress that you need to be. I am on BitChute, I am on Odyssey, I'm on Rumble, I'm on Minds, I'm on Float, I'm on Hive, I'm on Bastion. I'm on a whole bunch of these platforms that are far better than this one, who's been proven to shadow ban me and censor my content and, demonetize me after 16 years on this platform, just treating me terribly. So, I'm here because this is where the masses are and where some of the people who need to hear this message the most are. I don't want to just preach to the choir, in an echo chamber of ideologies over on Press for Truth. I mean, BitChute or Odyssey or whatever. So it's good to chime in here every now and then. But this channel is still on the chopping block, even though I'm remarkably here somehow. I mean, I had my channel completely terminated. You may recall, no community guideline strikes, no copyright strikes, and just boom, whole channel terminated, gone for 7 months. It was just gone. And then out of nowhere, I get a tweet from YouTube, and they're tweeting at me saying, "We've reinstated your channel. We're terribly sorry. We've made a horrible mistake. We apologize for the inconvenience." And I was just like, "What? You gave me my channel back? Okay. Thank you, I guess." But as I said, guys, it's probably not going to last very long. I'm surprised I'm here as it is, but at any rate, the whole point is go subscribe to me on the other platforms. I do have links for all of that right now in the description. If you go there, you'll find my Odyssey, my BitChute, my Rumble, my Minds, my Float, all of them. Please take the time to subscribe to me over there, because one day I'm just going to disappear from here again, like I did last year or whenever that was, and people will be like, "Hey, whatever happened to Dan?" But I'll be continuously banging out daily videos. You just won't know about it because you won't be tuning in. But yeah, so often check back to my website too, guys, pressfortruth.ca and all the other platforms that I'm on. Dark Hosis says, "Yep, we appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that." Also asking, "How have you been, man?" I have been very well in these crazy trying times. Not vaccinated, never been tested. Are you still living on a spinning water ball, Dan? Probably. Yeah. Dan, who do you enjoy watching? Good question. I don't do a whole lot of watching these days because I'm, just immersed in my own work, but, when my wife and I eat dinner, we watch stuff together. So our go-to is, my favorite YouTuber, or I shouldn't even say YouTuber because screw YouTube. My favorite one is James Corbett. I'm a big fan of his, and I always watch his stuff. I like watching my friend Josh Sigurdson, World Alternative Media. He's somebody else I also enjoy watching. Richard says Tim Pool, Josh Sigurdsson, Luke, James Corbett. Yeah, I don't watch Tim Pool or Luke anymore. But indeed, Corbett and Josh are good guys. Sharmfit Hornblower says Tim Pool sucks. Yeah, he's an interesting character. You know, I've met him many times. In fact, I've had dinner with the guy like 3 times. I've had drinks with him at a bar a couple of times. He's invited me to his home, and after all of that, I remember something happened. I had a tweet that went viral or whatever, and he made a video and he chimed in saying like, this guy Dan, and he was kind of just making it out like he's, doesn't know who I am, which I thought was odd. Rock on, Dan Dicks, Press for Truth 22, breaking it all down for you. Doing my best, guys, doing my best. Sarah says, we appreciate you very much, Mr. Dan Dicks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Somebody says Alex Jones with a question mark. Tina, if you want to elaborate a little bit, I will certainly answer your questions. I've worked with, Alex Jones many times over the years. Know him quite well. Why no Luke, Dan Dicks? Well, no real reason in particular. I mean, as I said, I'm kind of focused on my own work, and sometimes when you immerse yourself in this kind of stuff, it can weigh on you. It can get a little depressing. Like I'm researching like crazy stuff and dealing with it all the time. So usually when I'm done with my own videos, I move on to the kind of more mindless things, like just getting into music or watching like a cooking show or something like that. So it's not nothing against him. He's still doing good work. I just don't really watch anymore. Same with Jones, Alex Jones. I haven't seen anything from him in years. Still like the guy, still like what he's doing. I just don't watch anymore. Somebody, I don't know what's talking about. Great timing, Dan. Exhibit is Jojo. He's a Knight of Malta. He's been a lot of dog attacks. What? Dog and sock puppet for the Cardinals? Okay. I'm not sure what you're saying, but let's move on. If you're not depressed by the current situation, you are not paying attention, in my opinion. I would agree. Brighton, there's certainly no shortage of crazy things to talk about that are going on in this world, and yeah, it's awful. Dan, do you read Druthers? I love walking into stores and getting a real newspaper. Yeah, well, no, I don't really read it often, but sometimes I will. Every now and then I get one passed out to me. I'm friends with the guy who launched it. I've interviewed him a few times. He gave me this last time I saw him as a gift. It is the first ever Druthers magazine. It's a full-fledged magazine. Like these guys are going big with it. And this is the first one they've ever made. But like I said, we're talking full page, full color, full legit magazine. Going big. So yeah, shout out to Druthers. I indeed like what they're doing. All right, let me check back on this real quick. We got 243 people watching right now with only 169 thumbs up. That doesn't add up, guys. 243 of yous, only 169 thumbs up. Please click that thumbs up button. Share this stream. It's the only way to make it happen, because the algorithms are designed to stop this channel's information from spreading. Okay. Dan's getting the Dumbledore look. That as long as I like it and my wife likes it, that's all that really matters to me right now. I am going to cut it down a little soon because it's getting kind of crazy and ridiculous, but it's fun. Let me try to scroll back and see if that person elaborated on their Alex Jones thing. Not seeing it. All right, let's get back to some questions. He's also on Rumble and those places. I'm not sure if you're talking about me, but yes, indeed I am. Dan, have you listened to Zach K. Hubbard's channel? Nope. Germantria Effect News 24. He talked about the Jesuits. No, not familiar with that. Copy the link. That also works for the algorithms. Have you been called Osama a few times? Yeah. There's no shortage of the old Taliban comments coming at me, but that's okay. I can handle it. I got thick skin. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here again. Let's just look, because look at what's trending in Canada, nonetheless. Roe v. Wade, my body, my choice. Democrats, pro-choice. As a Canadian, let's look at some of this. Supreme Court ends half-century of abortion rights. It's not a right to kill innocent babies. It's just crazy that people think that that's something that they should have a right to do. I don't identify as Canadian because I've never been treated as a Canadian. Canadians, through their racist eyes, see me as a thief, a drug addict, as a drunk because I'm Indigenous. All right, well, there's going to be all sorts of interesting stuff today, folks. What else is trending? Pro-choice. Christians come to Canada. Canada Health Act. Ooh, interesting. Abortion is decriminalized in Canada. Yada yada yada. You should see some of the responses to some of the tweets I put out. Let me just show you what I've been saying today, and you can see what some of the people's responses are. Look at this poll. If you saw your neighbor on their own private property, in their own private backyard, abusing their dog, would you do anything about it? I'll always defend life, or it's their choice. And remarkably, 12% of the people have went for the whole, their choice thing. Modern science. Fetuses are not life. Also modern science. We found a molecule on Mars. We have life. Guys, if you are not following me on my Twitter, be sure to do so. It's Dan Dicks PFT, and my Press for Truth Twitter has been suspended, so I don't think I'll be getting that back. But hey, you never know. I did get back my YouTube channel, so you never really do know. So I do suspect there's going to be a lot of protesting going on this weekend, and some are even warning that it could come to downright, riots. Trump's hand in shaping the Supreme Court pays off with Roe versus Wade. This is a Bloomberg article. The historic reverberations of Donald Trump's one term in the Oval Office were evidenced Friday when the 3 justices he appointed to the Supreme Court tipped the scales to overturn the constitutional right to an abortion. And thank God for that. Thank God for that. All right, let me get back to the chat here as well. And we may call this one fairly soon, unless I get a whole bunch of new questions. But yeah, I just wanted to go live today to hang out with you guys, talk about this this huge breaking news. Okay, let's see. Dan, are you black-pilled about the future or white-pilled and hope for humanity? Never really heard the black-white pill analogy. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but I do have hope for humanity. To answer that question. Roe v. Wade affected Canada? ? Asks Rusty Shackelford. Yes and no, not necessarily. I mean, as we talked about earlier, people may come to Canada. I'm sure Trudeau is probably going to virtue signal, saying, "Come one, come all. If you want to have an abortion, be my guest. Welcome, welcome." He's going to virtue signal in that regards, I'm sure. Let's see. Haha, I love Kevin Annette, but Dan isn't a fan of his. Kevin covers topics that Dan ignores and doesn't think are important, such as the continuing ethnic cleansing of Native people and China in Canada. Actually, I do cover that. I have covered exactly that recently, I believe. Um, and I think that's on the homepage of my website right now. So yeah, maybe check it out. Bone up on some of the stuff you might have missed over the past little while. East Tennessee, USA, checking in with PFT. Thanks for being here. What about Salty Cracker? I'm not sure what you're talking about, One Punch. Dan, do you think this may be the tipping point for internal war in the United States? I don't necessarily think this is going to be the thing that sparks it off, but I do think there's probably going to be a progression of things, starting with the Second Amendment rights that were awarded to the American people just the other day, moving on to moving it to the state level for abortions, and also, you got Biden and Trudeau openly talking about how there is going to be another pandemic coming in the fall. They're just, getting you ready for that. So I think there's going to be a lot more things to happen before a real tipping point kind of civil war starts anything. But as we saw from the George Floyd incident, these things can be sparked with one single viral video and can happen within 24 hours. So it really could be anything, and it could be anytime, really. Press for Truth, does Pentagon do sky spray upon USA? Not sure what you mean by that, but sky spray, are you talking about like chemtrails or what? But certainly the Pentagon is involved with such an operation, if that is what you mean. Press for Truth, is free land evil? Well, I don't know if evil is necessarily the right word, but certainly not someone who's trustworthy to be in the position that she is. I recently did a video a little bit about her, exposing her Bilderberg connection, and the fact that she was there this year. And often Bilderberg will invite who they want to see in high positions of power many years before they come into that. It happened with Bill Clinton. He was invited in 1991, and then later, he becomes a president. Same thing happened with Stephen Harper. He was invited in Versailles, I believe, in France was that particular one, and a few years later, he becomes the Prime Minister of Canada. I mean, so seeing Chrystia Freeland there at Bilderberg this year made me wonder, is she the next top pick? We shall see. We shall see. I never knew who was PFT personally. Nice to meet you, sir. I've appreciated your work enough to have Press for Truth as a channel in my head that I like. Thank you very much, Jimbo Haynes. Really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, I have been doing this for like 16, 17 years. I started my Press for Truth channel on YouTube in 2006, so you've got a lot of catching up to do. If you haven't seen like any of my documentary films, I've done 5 of them, featured documentary films, like this one right here, Into the Fire, now approaching 1 million views on YouTube. Go check it out if you haven't seen it, and all the other ones, and all the other work I've done over the years. You can just use the search feature on YouTube or my website to type in any topic, any word that you're curious. What is his views on this, or has he ever done a video exposing that? Just do a search, and pretty likely I've covered whatever you might be curious about. But yeah, thanks for the comment, Jim Bob. Appreciate it. Have you ever heard Alex Jones talking about the peaceful constitutional coronation revolution of Portugal? No, I haven't. Also search for the Captains of April. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things that Alex Jones have ranted about that I have not necessarily seen or heard. Dan, do you follow Josh Friedman? Yeah, I do. He's a friend of mine. Interviewed him a number of times. We've had a lot of good times together. One time, me and Josh Friedman were walking around in, where were we? Germany? It was either Germany or Italy. and we were starving, and we needed to get something to eat, and I just pulled up on my GPS the closest restaurant that was within walking distance, and we went to it, and it was a steakhouse. So I was like, I could go for a steak. How about you? He's like, sure, let's do it. We go, and as soon as I walked in, we started looking around, and we noticed it was a satanic themed steakhouse. Craziest experience ever. I was like, oh, I don't want to be in here, but there was nowhere else to eat, and we were starving. So me and Josh Friedman sat down, and there's like pentagrams and like all this crazy stuff everywhere, and it was wild. Anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you that story, but yeah, me and Josh Friedman have had some interesting times over the years covering Bilderberg. Yeah, he does good work. It's because of him that I knew that Bilderberg was happening in Washington this year. You spilled some bleach on your beard, says Timbuktu. Yeah, interestingly enough, I just posted a video. I shared a video from only 4 or 5 years ago, and there was like not a single gray hair anywhere, maybe one or two. It's amazing what a global scamdemic can do to a guy. I don't mind though. I don't know what's the big deal with getting old. People are afraid of that. What's wrong with wrinkles? What's wrong with gray hair? I got no problem with it. Thank you, Dan, for all your hard work too. By the way, I really enjoy listening to real journalists. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let me scroll back, see if I didn't miss anything either. There is none of your viewers here. Step down from your self-fulfilling fantasy. Not sure what you mean, Furious TV. Speaking of which, I usually have this set up right here on my laptop, but everything is working differently right now. So let me just check it on my phone real quick. And looks like we got 271 people watching with 217 thumbs up. That almost adds up, but not quite. That means there's like 50 of yous who have yet to smash that thumbs up button, guys. Please do so right now. Click that thumbs up button. It's the only way that these streams will survive, on this platform, is because of the algorithms that are determined to stop my info from being seen. Press for Truth, what is your preferred number for the global human population? Interesting question. My preferred number, well, let me just say this. Overpopulation is absolutely a myth. There's, almost 8 billion people now. I think there's room for billions and billions upon billions and many, many billions of more people. There are enough resources in the world. There's enough fresh water withdrawals. There's enough food being produced. The problems with starvation and homelessness and the poor all over the world has nothing to do with the amount of food or the amount of money. It's the fiat system of lending countries money out of thin air and then charging interest on these loans is what's destroying everything. So as to your question, what's your preferred number for the global human population? Bring it on. The Lord said, go forth and multiply, and we will be provided for. So yeah, overpopulation is a myth. I broke that down again in my video, these 10 things I hold to be true. It's on my the homepage of this YouTube channel. Go give that one a watch if you haven't seen it. I talk about how overpopulation is a myth in that video as well. Oops, this is all scrolling by too fast. Let me go back. I saw somebody asking me something about AI bots. Press for Truth. Will AI bots get better at scamming society? Yeah, good question. Probably. It's remarkable right now how many people are being scammed in the cryptocurrency space. I guess because they're new to it and they don't understand how it works. But apparently there's a lot of people getting scammed out of their crypto. Falling for emails that say, oh, you're going to be locked out of your wallet if you don't give us your private information right now. It's just crazy. Just looking for question marks, guys. Nothing wrong with having a big grizzly mountain beard. Yeah, no, appreciate that. I agree. Nothing wrong with it at all. Hi, Dan. I love your work, says A. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Again, guys, the topic of the day is Roe v. Wade overturned. Huge, huge, huge victory for the innocent lives of little babies that will no longer be murdered in some states. We know people are going to travel to other states. People are going to probably come to Canada. But this is indeed a step in the right direction. What's your feelings about the current state of crypto right now? Will things go back up? So right now, yes, things are going to go back up, but not necessarily for the multitude of altcoins that have come about that essentially offer nothing in terms of solving any real world issues. So you got to look at it like the .com bubble. At the time, everybody was getting in on it, and there were a lot of copycat websites that were just copying what other ones done. And when the bubble popped, all of these ones were kind of consolidated into just a few top guys came out on top. I think that's exactly what's happening right now in the cryptocurrency space. A lot of the altcoins are going to be completely obliterated. They're not going to come back. But Bitcoin certainly will come back. I mean, if you step back and look at the grand scheme of things, we've seen an 80% correction in Bitcoin 4 times over the last 10 years or so that Bitcoin has been around. There's been 4 major corrections of 80%, and it's always bounced back. So I would, start getting out of some of the alts and consolidating that into Bitcoin, and now is a pretty good time to do it because of where the levels are at. But to answer your question, Brighton, I do think things are going to go back up, but it's only going to be like the top kind of 5 that are going to come out on top, and 20 or 30,000 current existing cryptos are going to be completely obliterated. So get ready for that. Do you think there will be riots in Portland over the Roe v. Wade? Because my uncle called today saying he and his colleagues are afraid to go to work about that. Yeah, I think Portland is probably one of the places that you're going to have to worry about. They historically have been brutal with this kind of stuff. And I think obviously we're going to keep a close eye on Washington, D.C. this weekend and everything going on out front of the actual Supreme Court. Hi from Calgary. Hi, Don. Thanks for tuning in. Are you worried about red flag laws? You have a lot of cowardice enemies that know that you're armed and likely will use it against you. Yeah, red flag laws are a huge red flag to me. Not liking the sounds of that. I covered that recently in a video on my channel, on my website. Let me pull it up for you real quick. I believe I did. Yeah, might have to go to video reports and then scroll back a bit. Guys, if you're not familiar with my site, you can do that. You can go to my documentary films here, watch all 5 of them. A Decade of Deception, that was a kind of a recut of our 9/11 Decade of Deception film. Toronto Hearings DVD. We got The Turning Point. I put out Into the Fire, my documentary on the G20, and United We Fall, documenting this idea of North American Union. Yeah, guys, go check those out. And also, while we're here, don't forget to hit me up at pressfortruth.ca/donate as well, guys. As I said, I'm demonetized on this channel right now. I normally would be getting like super chats, popping up all the time, and I'd be, oh, hey, thanks for that. $5 here, $10 here, thank you very much. It's not a thing anymore since I'm no longer willing to accept any of Google's money. They can keep it. I just want to be beholden directly to you, the viewers, and the way that works is that you get to consume this information completely for free, and when you can afford it and do have it within your means, you chip in here and there by either doing PayPal or Bitcoin or e-transfers or good old-fashioned cash or checks, or even just nice letters with words of encouragement to my P.O. box. All of that is greatly appreciated. Just wanted to remind you that is necessary for me. Dan and PFT needs our support, please, if you can. Yes, Sharif, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. Brighton says 250 likes right now. Let's go. Sweet. Thank you, guys. Thank you for responding to the call to share the stream and click the thumbs up button. We got 265 people watching right now. 266 thumbs up. That is just right. Did you see what I just did there? It's so stupid. When I, like, you know, have to say, like, 0 or something, or I always have to do it like this now, because so many times when I'm doing this as a natural kind of way of holding my hands, people like pause it on YouTube. Oh, he's Illuminati. He's doing 666. He's doing some sort of white power, I don't know, hand symbol. It's just crazy. So now if I'm talking about, like, you know, a 0 or something like that, I have to do this just so people don't accuse me of purposefully doing that. You know, another thing that I often do, it's very comfortable for me to, when I'm like talking, to kind of hold my hands like this. But then sometimes, you know, it happens to go like this, and they think I'm purposefully kind of making some kind of a triangle symbol when when I'm just sitting there comfortably. Anyways, you can't please them all. Sharif says, please enjoy this, support this work. Yes, indeed, please do so. Drop in and say hi, says Don, on Canada March's live feed. You're welcome on the viewers. Thank you, Brighton, for getting that going. 284 now. All right. Dan fights spiritual wickedness in high places. Indeed, I do. Amen to that. That is what it's all about, really. That's what it really boils down to in the grand scheme of things. All right, guys. Maybe we should call it for today. Should I introduce you to the two guys who are making all the noise, interrupting my stream? Like this guy. This guy right here. Can't be a PFT live stream without bringing in my little guys. We got this one. This guy is Kaiser Sose. He is a Havanese. He just turned 7, and he's my bestest little buddy. And he has a little friend, and his little friend here is named Tony. Come here, Tone. This is 420 Tony. He was born on April 20th. Born on April 20th. So he, of course, gets the name 420 Tony. And just Tony for short. But yeah, this is Tony. He is a Maltese who also just turned 3. So I have a 7-year-old Havanese and a 3-year-old Maltese, and these guys are the bestest. All right, little buddy? All right. End with your outro? No, I don't know if I can do that. I don't have that set up. But yeah, maybe I should do that. Did you guys catch my intro in the beginning? Do check that out. If you didn't know, the outro to all my videos is music that was written and performed by myself. You can find all my music on my channel as well. Go check that out if you haven't seen that or didn't know that I've scored all the music to all 5 of my films. I'm performed all the instruments, wrote all the songs, and I do the same for my channel with all my original content. Yep, it's 420 somewhere. Unconditional love, can't beat it. I know, those guys are the best. They are so cute, says Lynn. I mean, I'm biased, but I agree. Brighton says he's going live right now. Go ahead and pass me the torch. Guys, go on over, check out Brighton's channel, Brighton's Thoughts. He's right here in the chat right now. Good kid, covers a lot of very important topics going on here in British Columbia. Guess he's going live now to cover the Roe v. Wade being overturned. So that's good. Go check him out. Had no clue you made music, says Sharpit. Awesome. We'll check them out. Huge Skinny Puppy fan here. Yeah, I do. I do all my own music. There should be a easy way or place for you to find it all. I should create some sort of public playlist or something like that. And I thought I had one at one time. Let me see if I can find that. Bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to find some old stuff. Yeah. Oh, I do have a playlist. I don't know if this is public. Here, let me show you real quick what I'm looking at. Music by Dan Dicks. Okay, yeah, it's got 4,000 views. It must be public. Into the Fire, behind the music, behind the making of the music. The Turning Point soundtrack is behind the making of the soundtrack. United We Fall, behind the music. This one, The Whole World Was Watching. This is the outro that you hear all the time on my channel. Here, I'll give you a little taste of it so you're like, oh yeah! Recognize that? Actually, I don't know if this is the part that I use in my outro, but this part coming up is in the outro. Right here. We all want truth. And the truth will set you free. So, anyways, yeah, like I said, I got a whole playlist here, a whole bunch of stuff. That was just one track. The Whole World's Watching is that track. Disengaged, another one. Detained. But yeah, the behind the scenes of the makings of the soundtracks are the cool videos in my opinion. Kind of showing you the whole process, you know, of writing music for a film. Yeah, I got lots of different types of tunes in here. This kind of guitar picking one. Oh yeah, I got this piano track I wrote. Or this one. I always wanted to put like some sort of dubstep beat to a heavy guitar. So I did that with this one. When it kicks in here. Anyways, like I said, I always wanted to put that kind of thing to heavy guitar, but so that was fun. Anywho, yeah, some people are like, "What? Really? You do that?" Yeah. In case you didn't know, there's just a little taste of it, guys. Go check out my playlist. I got, you know, tons of music that I've done. Hey Dan, when are you going to cut your beard? Probably soon. Probably soon. This is getting insane. I've never ever done this before. I'm just letting her go. See what happens, having fun. I like it. My wife likes it. That's the most important thing, I think. Somebody says, yeah, Dan is awesome. Check out his James Corbett is Not on Twitter song. Man, why isn't that in my playlist? You're right. I totally wrote and played and performed and sang on that one. A song about when James Corbett quit Twitter. I was so inspired by him quitting Twitter that I wrote a song about it. I called it James Corbett is Not on Twitter. See if we can find that real quick, because I purposefully made the editing kind of ridiculous. I do all my own editing and stuff like that. I'm a one-man show here, but here's that. Somebody says, "Can I get that song?" Heavy, yeah. You can download it actually on my site.
James Corbett is not on Twitter. You won't find him on Facebook either. Like to see you try and censor that which isn't even there. James Corbett is not.
I'd like to see you try and censor that which isn't even there. Thank you for reminding me about my James Corbett is not on Twitter song. I totally forgot about that one. I should have included it in the playlist. Now you guys are going to have to go find all this stuff. You can look that one up. It's called James Corbett is Not on Twitter by Dan Dicks. And good times, good times. All right, let me scroll back, see if we got any other comments. All right, Meg says very talented. Thank you. Appreciate that. People sick, nice, cool. I guess people appreciate the fact that I write and play all my own music for Press for Truth. Every now and then I'll mention that, and people, every single time somebody says, I had no idea. So yeah, go check it out, guys. Anyways, I think we may call it for today. Again, the big topic of the day is Roe v. Wade. Excellent, excellent, excellent news. So happy for the innocent little babies that are no longer going to be murdered in some states. So this is indeed a step in the right direction. Once again, guys, if you do appreciate my efforts to continuously bring you all of this information at Press for Truth, don't forget to check me out at pressfortruth.ca/donate. I really do need your help on that front moving forward because, as I said, I'm completely reliant on you guys, the viewers. So if you have yet to contribute, if you've been watching me over the years, please consider checking out the links in the description to do so, but only if it is within your means. Otherwise, guys, please just enjoy, continue to consume my content for free. I will keep putting this out no matter what. So as best as I can, so long as God will allow it. So that's it, guys. That is impressive. I didn't know either, says Yolanda. Cool, yeah. I'm glad people are... Rusty Shackelford says, I also had no idea. Oh, wow. All right. Uh-oh, battery low. Should I stay and show you some more music and go plug in my laptop? Or, nah, you guys can do that on your own time. Yes, good news about Roe v. Wade. Indeed. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody who's been a loyal subscriber over the past 16 years or whatever it's been since I launched Press for Truth. So glad to have you guys here with me. It's fun to go live every now and then. I feel like we're just kind of hanging out. It's a beautiful thing. And that's it. That's it for today, guys. Continue to share this one. I'm going to go put it up on all the other platforms right now. And that's all for today. I want to thank you once again, guys. Stay tuned. I will have more video reports coming soon, God willing. So that's all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace out. Go check out Brighton. He's live right now. See you guys. Uh-oh. This is all new. Oh, there it is. Stop streaming. All right. Now it's official. Okay, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you. Okay, bye.